Radius of the blast. All of these are the clear
This is more very interesting.
Yes, my friend was having food here.
from outside
Give the order food.
Yeah.
Bengaluru, where at 1 p.m. today there was a blast. The nature of the blast is still to be ascertained. There are several teams of police as well as bomb squad at the spot. And my colleague Cora Ibrahim is there. And Cora, unmute yourself and do tell us who you have with you. Tell us what's happening.
Pooja, I am joined by one of the eyewitnesses who was present at the Rameshwaram cafe at the time of the incident took place. Edison is here. Edison, can you just take us through what happened?
My friend ordered masala dosa for me. I came to see him to have food here. We usually come here to have food. All of a sudden, we heard a loud noise. And when we saw like a huge black smoke started coming, and all people started rushing outside.
Where did this take place? Where did the loud sound come from?
It was to the kitchen. It was, yeah, towards the kitchen.
Okay. And then what happened afterwards?
We started coming out. It was like a mess. All of a sudden, there was a huge black smoke.
Was there a lot of people there while this incident happened?
There were around 35 to 40 people.
35 to 40 people.
And 4 people were injured.
4 people were injured. Did something happen with any of you? Was the police alerted immediately?
Cops came after some.
Okay.
But ambulance came quickly.
Okay.
And then they took them to hospital.
Okay.
4 people were injured.
But did anything happen to you? Did you feel any uncomfortableness after
No,
this?
we just got a phone.
Okay. Oh, you were also there. What is your name? What happened exactly from you? What did you
After I'm waiting for my friend to play. Okay. Outside, not to stay. Suddenly, black smoke came. We saw something usually common, like suddenly within few seconds, a blast down with a very huge object. So really people became panic and started rushing outside. 4 of them are injured. I think 2 of them motor customers and 2 are motor staff.
Cora, if you could
Pooja,
just
that
ask
is what.
ask them to describe what they heard and what is happening currently.
Okay. So can you just describe what you saw actually? What happened and what is the situation at the moment?
We saw black smoke. Very huge black smoke. Within few seconds, the blast happened. Within few seconds, the blast happened. First, we thought it was in the blast. And later, it might be a short circuit. We are not sure. Police are identifying using candidates.
Pooja, what the eyewitnesses here are saying is that they saw a black smoke coming up first, and it is later that they saw they heard a loud sound. Initially, the eyewitnesses or the people who were present, around 30 to 40 people who were at the restaurant here, thought that it was a cylinder blast or a short circuit. But as of now, the police have ruled out any such short circuit or a cylinder blast. But we have no confirmation as of now as to what triggered the blast actually. The DCP and the forensic officials are inside. Police officials from 3 of the police stations, the HAL police stations, the Whitefield and Indranagar, are here at the moment, and investigations are going on. I can show you the police have cordoned off the area, and right now all those people here are police officials and media persons. Pooja.
Right. Cora, just a little while ago, we saw a tweet by Bengaluru South MP Tejasvi Surya saying that he spoke to the owner of Rameshwaram Cafe. Are the owners there at the spot? Are they being spoken to by the police? Do you have information on what kind of investigation the police are conducting at the spot?
Pooja, if I can just jump
We
in
don't
here,
have
the owner has been, Cora, 1 minute, if I can just jump in now. The owner has been speaking to the media. One of the owners, in fact, Divya, spoke to the media and said that there was a bag which exploded. Now, we have no other confirmation of this. There's the owner saying that there was a bag which was there and there was an explosion from the bag. But from what I could make out from the 2 people who spoke to Cora, they seem to suggest that the blast happened from the kitchen, right? That's what they told you, Cora, that it seemed there was a flash and the blast seemed to have happened near the kitchen. Cora, can you explain what he told you? Because the audio was not clear.
Okay, I just explained once again. I have spoken to 2 of the eyewitnesses that was here. Edison was here. Edison was one of the people who were having food here at the Rameshwaram cafe. What they were saying is that first the customers saw a black smoke coming out of the kitchen area. and it is later that they heard a loud sound, and all of a sudden, all of them started rushing out because because they heard the sound. Initially, the customer here thought that it could be a cylinder blast or a short circuit, but that has been ruled out now by the police officials, and we are yet to know what the real trigger for the blast was. And in this blast, four of the people were injured. And to remind you, it was four people who are injured have been rushed to the Manipal hospital, and the three of them were staff members who were working at the Rameshwaram cafe, and one of them was a customer here. Uh, and as we are speaking, officials of the forensic department and the Bangalore HAL police stations, as well as Indranagar and Whitefield, are here investigating into the matter. The bomb disposal squad is also here. They have not spoken. No official comments have been made to the media yet. But all of us are waiting here to understand more about the investigation. Pooja.
Well, we are waiting for information, but that does not stop the BJP MP from tweeting out what he knows. Pooja, tell us what did the Chief Minister's office say? Will they be giving a statement on this anytime soon? You spoke to the Chief Minister's office. What did they say?
Curiously enough, Tanya, they are yet to receive a statement from the official channels. They are not issuing a statement anytime soon. Of course, this will give room for more speculation. An official statement is the need of the hour now. Of course, the police and the government, they have to be careful. They have to tread carefully in what they put out. But that said, it's been almost two to 3 hours now since the blast took place. So at least a basic statement on the nature of the blast would go a long way in giving some sort of indication and also curbing rumors at this point.
Okay, so just for the viewers, what happens when a blast like this occurs is that first the area is cordoned off. In this case, I think an inspector from the HAL police station was there. In fact, a lot of people around told my colleague Shivani that residents from the area rushed there. They were the ones who took that woman customer and three others to the nearby private hospital. The HAL inspector then came, then other police people came. The first thing, of course, is to ensure that the entire area is cordoned off, because for the forensics teams which reach the spot, it's very important to get all the chemicals that they can and the rest of it to understand how the blast happened. Kannada channels have been showing this visual of 2 or 3 ID cards and of course a battery, but we do not know whose ID card it was. There were 2 people speaking to Cora just now who clearly said that they were also at the restaurant at the cafe rather, when this blast happened, and they all rushed out. They saw a flash of light. So those ID cards could have belonged to anyone. We will have to wait for the government to really come back and tell us. Police Commissioner Dayanand is there inside the Rameshwaram cafe. Pooja, it is of course worrisome for the police because crowded area, anything could have happened, and we've had a history in Bengaluru itself where blasts have occurred.
Absolutely, and in fact, the kind of reports that we're getting is it blast, of course, happened at 1 o'clock, which is peak time for restaurant. If it was probably even half an hour before that, it would, except for the staff, we wouldn't have too many people in Rameshwaram cafe. For those who are not familiar, it is a very crowded cafe. And usually about 200 to 300 people are around during the peak lunch and the dinner time. And 1 o'clock when the blast time occurred, as the eyewitness described to Cora, there were about 40 to 45 people. According to Kannada channels, at least, there was a dustbin, and this black bag was kept next to the dustbin. Now, how close was that to the kitchen is something that we're waiting, an official confirmation of. But a lot also depends on the kind of injuries that those who are injured have sustained. Were they burn injuries? What is the kind of the burn marks on the skin will give very, very vital clues in ascertaining what kind of a blast it was. But that said, I'm sure there are answers that will come in the next few hours. Like Tanya rightly said, the police commissioner of Bengaluru is inside there, and we will, of course, reach out to the Chief Minister's office and see if there is an official reaction. Nothing from Parameshwara's office either. He's the Home Minister of Karnataka. So as of now, radio silence from both the police as well as the government of Karnataka, not a good sign. But that said, we're hoping that when they do come out with a statement, it will be comprehensive and it will give us some answers to so many questions that are coming up.
So we will connect back to Shivani and Kora, and I think they will bring back some of the eyewitnesses. But just for the audience to understand, we have covered several blasts. In fact, there was one a few years ago, just barely half a kilometer away from the office that I'm sitting in, where I remember specifically that a woman had died in that blast. So a lot of things the police will have to check for now. Was a crater created? That's very important to see. Was there a device? Was there a crater created because of the blast? If it was a cylinder blast, there would have been fire. If it is a boiler blast, it would have been different. So like Pooja was saying, the police will look at, the forensics will look at a lot of these things. Remember when the blast happened at the Jehovah Witness Prayer Hall in Aluva in Ernakulam recently? First, it was believed that perhaps it was a fire. Then we got to know that it was an IED blast because there are remnants of battery, there are remnants of device itself. It's been actually 3.5 hours now since the blast. So it is actually time that the police would definitely have an inkling of what happened. Perhaps it is not a cylinder blast, it's what we should gather now, because then I believe the police would have come and at least said that. So they must be looking for more things now because it's 3.5 hours since the blast, and no official word has come. By then, of course,
The fact
the
that there was no
Bengaluru.
fire, Dhanya, is also something that is worrisome because there were people. It's not a very big restaurant for those who have not seen the place. It's a fairly confined area. So if there was any kind of cylinder blast, there could have possibly been fire at the location. And from what the eyewitnesses say, although the blast took place close to the kitchen, there's been no fire. So is that something that we should be reading into? We're not too sure. But things like, are there sharpnel pieces around? Were there other? Was there a stone slab? Any of the surroundings were also damaged. These are the things, of course, the FSL team will also be looking at. We are picking up that the NIA could also get involved, and this could just be a procedural thing. Of course, we shouldn't read too much into it because it is a blast, so the NIA will look into it. Bomb squad, dog squad, FSL team, and at least 3 to 4 police team with senior most officials all are on the spot. Like I said, we're hoping that in the next few minutes we'll get more clarity. Tanya?
Yeah, I'm trying to connect back to Kora and Shivani. They're both on the ground, and of course, there are network issues for them. But what both of them told, they had two eyewitnesses with them. One of the eyewitnesses said that they heard a flash and there was a light, there was a huge sound, and they all rushed out. In fact, it was not too clear what he was saying to me. Did you hear the rest of what he said, Pooja?
I think both of them described the same thing. They were there for a quick meal, and they heard a sound coming. Initially, they thought it was short circuit, but it didn't seem like that in a few minutes. They said that the police took a few, they came after a while. It was, in fact, I think Shivani is back with us. Uh, there she is.
Shivani, can you hear us?
Okay, it's quite obvious chaotic. Our reporters trying to pick up information from on the ground. Shivani, Kora, both at the location. I think Kora will join us in a few seconds from now. But if I could just recount what the eyewitnesses told Kora just a little while ago, they said that the people who were at the cafe were the ones who quickly took the injured to the hospital close by. The police took a little longer to arrive at the location. And Kora, if I can just add you to this.
Kora, can you hear me? Kora, can you hear us? Kora? Kora, can you hear us?
Just directly go. We can cut them. We can't hear.
Okay, we'll try and connect back with them once they can hear us. And obviously, it will be chaotic there, and network will also be patchy. Another precautionary measure that the police could have put in place. Dhanya, you were earlier talking about how one of the eyewitnesses also, and in fact one of the owners of the cafe.
Place. And earlier, I had spoken to some of the eyewitnesses who were present here around 1 p.m. I spoke to two of them. What they were telling me was that first they saw a black smoke coming out of the kitchen, after which they heard a loud sound. Now, initially they were not sure what the sound was from. There was huge panic here. The customers ran out. Customers around 30 to 40 who were there at the restaurant, they ran out of the restaurant. But initially they thought that it was a cylinder blast or it was a short circuit. But that has been cancelled. That assumption has been cancelled by the police officials who said that it is not a cylinder blast, but we are still not aware of the real reason that triggered the blast. As you can see behind me, there are police officials and the bomb squads here who are trying to investigate into what's happening. Danya?
Yeah, Cora, has the police commissioner come out?
Not yet. The police commissioner has not come out as of now, but we are still waiting for more updates regarding this. But
Kura, if I can ask you,
I have a eyewitness. I have an eyewitness joining here. So can you just tell me what your name is and what happened?
Sir, my name is Shabarish Kundali.
Yes.
So I am the local resident. So I stay opposite of the road. So around 1 o'clock, 5 minutes or 10 minutes around, we have heard a huge noise. We thought it's a transformer blast. So once we reached over here, we thought it's a cylinder blast. Once we reached the place, it was not a cylinder blast. Usual.
So you were not in the restaurant. You were outside.
Yeah, opposite side, sir.
Okay. So the sound was that loud. It means
Sir, it was very loud. It's like an explosion, sir.
it's very loud, like an
Yeah,
explosion.
very loud, very loud, very loud.
So what was the scene when you came to this place, to the Rameshwaram cafe? What did you see?
Sir, I have seen a lady who was rushed to hospital with the help of his husband or whoever it may be, with the whoever comes with them for the eating something. So she was a whole lady. Once we reached there, and once we reached over there, there was a lady who was completely fallen on the ground with full of burnt injuries and all. With the help of the localites, we rushed her to the hospital, sir.
Okay. And what is the situation right now? Is there any confirmation as to what triggered the blast? What happened?
Sir, might be it is not a cylinder blast, it might be something else. We are not the technical.
Okay, Cora, I don't think that's the question to ask him,
Yes.
really. I
Yes.
don't think that's the question
Okay.
to ask the eyewitness.
Yes.
Pooja,
Yes.
I just want to note, my colleague Samra was just alerting us that Bhaskar Rao, who was a former commissioner of police, who was a BJP candidate, has said that he spoke to Rameshwaram owner, and another person, which is Tejas Surya, has said that he also spoke to the Rameshwaram owner, and both of them say that something was kept in the bag. But of course, we have no confirmation. Cora, what is expected? Will the police commissioner emerge out anytime? Because I think by this time, almost clear that it may not have been a cylinder blast, because then we would have got the confirmation earlier.
Danya, we are expecting the police commissioner to come out and speak anytime from now. But as of now, the investigations are still going on here behind me. We have teams from three police stations in Bangalore, the HL police station, the Whitefield, who are here, as well as the forensic department who are still investigating the thing. I'll show you around what is happening here. You can see the media the media that is here right in front of that is where the police officials are investigating. The DCP is here. You can see behind me. This is where all the media persons are. The DCP is over there along with other top officials in Bangalore city. But we are yet to know when the commissioner DCP will come out and speak. But there is the area has been cordoned off. The entire police people are here. Investigation is still going on. We will still get to know more about it in a few minutes.
Yeah, if I could just ask you to describe, is the place where the blast took place visible from where you're standing? How far is it?
Pooja's asking if the place where the blast happened is visible to you. Cora, Shivani, whoever is going to come online, can you just explain exactly where in the cafe did this blast happen?
Right. If I could ask Bhuvan, who is on the camera, to come this side. The incident, we cannot see where the fire came from, but as you can see, from what we know from the eyewitnesses, the smoke came in from the kitchen area. Now we can't go inside because it has been cordoned off. But if I can just, not sure if it will be clear on the camera. It is right there. It is right there where you can see a person who is taking the video. Right. The smoke came from there, from behind that area. That is the place where
So that
the
was
smoke
definitely
came from.
not where the kitchen is, right, Cora? That's not where the kitchen is.
No.
That does not seem to be the place where the kitchen is. I'm just asking you from the visual.
From the visual, we cannot see where the incident took place, Danya, because it's been cordoned off and we cannot enter the place.
Okay, I am also gathering from news reports, Cora, that the bomb detection and disposal squad is there. Do you see any extra police presence there right now? Cora, can you hear me?
Cora, can you hear me? Can you describe the police presence there?
Ah, uh, yes, Danya. Just to show you what is happening out here, the traffic police has taken control of the area where you can see that they have ensured that this road is not completely blocked as of now, but the police officials are ensuring that no vehicles are stopped along this road, the Brookfield Road, where the Rameshwaram Cafe is located. No vehicles can stop on this road, but they have to. There's no parking allowed here. Fire vehicles, fire engines, and some top officials. We can see as I'm speaking, we can see top officials of the Karnataka police coming this side. We are yet to know who the official is, but no vehicles are allowed to pass here this side. The roads that is leading to Rameshwaram Cafe have been cordoned off, and only the media persons are allowed here. Danya, there is a strong police presence along with the bomb disposal squad is
Okay,
also here.
so I just received a message from someone who actually works right opposite the Rameshwaram Cafe. There is a media office also there. The person was telling me that the sound was really loud. In fact, across the road they could hear it. So perhaps it was not a cylinder blast. Is that what people were telling you, Cora, that the sound was really loud? What did people
The
tell you?
sound was like you were saying, like the eyewitness we just spoke to. He was not. Let me remind you, he was not a customer at Rameshwaram Cafe, but he was opposite. He was staying opposite to the Rameshwaram Cafe, and he came running because he heard the sound. And that is exactly the same thing that people around the vicinity were also saying. That many of them. Then yeah, before I just had to cut across because a senior police official said they seem to have come here.
Yeah,
We are not
yeah,
yet
Cora, you
sure.
can move there. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. We
There is going to be some briefing by a police person, is what we are thinking. So, Cora's moving towards that. Remember that we are working on a phone network, so sometimes the visual can be patchy.
from what we know, it is the Home Minister G. Parameshwara who has arrived. Home Minister is here right now, so there will be more and more updates that is going to happen right now.
Cora, you cannot move so much because we are losing the network. Cora is saying that Home Minister G. Parameshwara has reached. Cora, can you just move a little bit away from the crowd because the signal is getting hampered quite a bit? So, Home Minister Parameshwara has reached the spot. Already, the Bengaluru Police Commissioner was also there. Pooja, now that the Home Minister is there, I think we can be ready for some sort of official word as to what the blast was.
Yeah, I really hope that there is some sort of a statement, Danya, because I'm monitoring the local channels, and the visuals are very, very worrying because when there is an absence of credible information, they're putting visuals of some battery, like you mentioned. Now I see nuts and bolts. Now we don't even know if this was something that was on the road, if it's from inside the cafe, if it is in fact at all related to the blast. So the speculation is really getting a little wild. So I do really hope that G. Padmeshwara does finish his inspection quickly and come and issue some sort of a statement, at least on the nature of the blast, if not the specifics.
No, but that kind of the kind of panic obviously will set in because people are worried as to and Whitefield is a very crowded area. Like Cora was saying, that a lot of vehicles have been stopped. Cora, can you hear me? Is there a new update? Is there anything happening there? No, I think we've lost Cora. So we'll come back to the live in some time. Let's see if G. Parameshwar is coming out.
The DGP has started a high-level meeting. So perhaps after the meeting ends, there will be some sort of a statement. We've been, of course, monitoring the social media handles of Bengaluru Police. They are very tech-savvy. Usually they put out information through social media very quickly, but there has been radio silence from them as well. So we'll continue, of course, reaching out to if Cora and Shivani can hear us, they're back with us. But okay, I don't think either of them can hear us. But we'll try and reconnect with them in just a bit, and we will also reach out to our sources in the government and come back with some more information.